Well, I mean, you've got young people spending less time with friends, more so than ever before.
A new survey finds young people spend just 35 minutes a day socializing in person. But 10 years ago, they spent over an hour a day.
Here to discuss is child and adolescent family therapist and licensed clinical social worker, Darby Fox. Darby, so great to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
So why should we be worried that, I mean, we all kind of know why, right? That the kids are on the phone. But why should we be worried that it's gone from an hour down to less than 10 minutes?
I think the most important thing to keep in mind is the way we learn to have relationships is through face-to-face live interaction.
Yes.
So if we reduce that, the ability to interact just disappears. You can't practice it.
But even like an hour 10 years ago, I mean, I feel like when we were growing up, that's all we did. We spent like 10 hours a day socializing. I mean, an hour is not really that great.
An hour's not really that great. I don't know about those numbers, right?
Yeah,
because
I think it's more.
You have the interaction in school and after school sports, that kind of stuff. But I do think it's really concerning that instead of people, you'll see teens just all lined up like we are, but not interacting at all. So they might be in the same space, but you have no ability to really regulate relationships.
So we know the phone is a problem, but what else are the factors for why they're not socializing?
Well, I think just the addiction to get on the phone, look at what other people are doing, see if you've been left out or if you look good or what you need to purchase is all part of that. But the other piece is if you don't fit in, then we tend to isolate and withdraw. And that's where we start to see it.
I have a theory that I think COVID, I mean, I think we're going to, years from now, go back and really see the impact of COVID. COVID really made put kids in isolation. I think exponentially increased the addiction to technology because they were trapped indoors, and for many kids, that was all they could do. But you're also saying that parents are a problem, and I admit that parents are a problem in this, too. We're all getting addicted.
Right, and I think we all as parents at times should be listening to what someone's saying or the kids, and we're like, yeah, what did you say? I'm checking my email. So I think that's really important, especially with the younger kids, because they're looking to you to know how to interact. It's attachment, it's bonding. That's how they build trust, all of those things. So if you're not giving them that attention, then what we do see is disrupted attachments. So it's not what we would call a secure attachment, and that's where we'll see anxiety or depression, and even acting out. Even
your pets, your dogs recognize it. Like when I take my phone out to take a picture, the dog like turns around and walks away because they're like, I'm not doing this with you. Is there any hope that kids recognize this as a problem and recognize that maybe they're missing something?
I do think I actually have a lot of clients who are headed off to summer camp or whatever, and they are relieved that they won't have a phone, and they do notice there is a difference. So I think that's really important. With little kids, it's important because they just know someone's not giving them that attention, right? And then we'll get the acting out. As they get a little older, I think you just feel less a sense of happiness or approval. So I think kids do notice that. They might not notice why.
Darby, it starts even earlier than that. They're seeing that little babies,
I love that story.
their eye, so they learn how to use their eyes by looking into their mother's eyes, but the moms are on the phone, and so they're losing that stimulation from mom to baby eye contact at a very young age as they're nursing.
That is one of the most detrimental because those first 2 months, Rachel, are some of the most important to build that connection and the mirroring. And if it doesn't happen, we do see a disruption of bonding, which is hard to
I love that we're talking about it because the more we talk about it, the more people become aware of it, and hopefully they'll be able to have that discipline to stop.
Darby Fox, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Good advice.
Such an important story.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.